things you want to?
Hare Krishna, maybe some internet issue. Mataji will join soon. So don't go anywhere. Sit in one place, please. Yeah, Mataji joined again.
Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Some network issue, I think. Okay, I think we're already late today. I'll start the class, but later on you can all think over if you have thought of doing anything special for Krishna, any special seva you've taken up, or any special resolutions, whatever it is, you could let me know. Nitya Manjari already has her hands raised. Maybe we'll do this after the class because you're running late. So I'm going to take questions. I'm going to let whoever wants to speak, share anything, once we are done with the class. Okay, is that okay? All right. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vancha Kalpatarubhishya Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All right, we have a very, very beautiful topic today about Lord Krishna's pastimes, childhood pastimes with his mother Yashoda. Who doesn't like to hear about Lord Krishna's childhood leelas, right? Are you all familiar? Is there anybody who is hearing about Krishna for the first time? Sorry about that. Sorry again. I think I had to switch to another network. I hope this is fine now. Okay, so we may hear stories, other than Krishna's stories, other than the Lord's stories outside. Maybe in our school, maybe we may have read some novels or some fairy tales. But how many times can we hear? Once, twice, a few times, can you go on hearing the same story? You'll be like, come on, I already know this story. It's boring. Can you tell me some new story? Yes or no? You all agree? Yeah. But Krishna's story is not like that. Every time you hear the same story, you'll always learn something new. It'll always seem so much nicer. It'll always seem so fresh. That is the beauty of anything and everything from the spiritual world. It is always fresh. Nava Nava Yavana. So, with that note, we can begin with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan. It's a very popular bhajan. I don't know if you have heard. So I'll just take few lines here and there, and then if you all know, you can sing together or you can just hear. Okay. Yashomati Nandana Braja Baro Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kanha Gopi Paranadhana Madana Manohara Kaliyama Damana Vidhana. Okay. Just give me a minute. Okay, so Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings about Lord Krishna here. Specifically, his name here is mentioned as Yashomati Nandana. So Lord Krishna has so many names. But, Lord Krishna becomes very happy when we address him as the son of Mother Yashoda, or the son of Nanda Maharaj, or Radharani's lover, or the friend of Arjuna, like that. Because he loves his devotees so much, even more than calling him just as Krishna, if we call him as Yashomati Nandana, that means Yashoda's son, he becomes so happy because he loves his devotees. And Yashoda Maya, even though she's playing the part of his mother, she's actually one of his most exalted, greatest devotees. So here, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is singing that this son of Mother Yashoda, he is that he's the object of everybody's love in Vraja. Everybody loves him so much, and he loves all his devotees so much. So much that he's always making the devotees in Gokula always happy with all his mischievous activities, his so many leelas. He does all that only to make them happy. So such is our dear sweet Lord Krishna. Okay, let me quickly share my screen so you can also take a look at the pictures. Okay. First of all, we all know during Krishna's Vrindavan Leela, even during all his Leelas, entire time he spent on earth, he killed so many demons, right? Who doesn't know? He kept killing so many demons, especially in Vrindavan. Even as a small baby, he was just born, maybe, few days old, or a month old or so. Putana, demoness, she came to kill him. So many demons kept attacking, and Mother Yashoda, how would she feel like? She was so worried about him. She always wanted to protect him. And she wanted to see to it that her child is not attacked by any of these ghosts or evil spirits and all that. this Lord Krishna, he is known as Brajajana Palana, Asura Kula Nashana. In the same song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, he who protects the whole land of Braja, he protects all his devotees, not only in Vrindavan, but everywhere else. He is actually the controller of the whole creation, not just this universe. There's so many universes of the spiritual world, this world, all the worlds. Such a supreme Lord, Mother Yashoda wanted to protect him, right? Isn't that amazing? You know what she would do to protect him? She would take the tail of a cow and she would circumambulate. That means she would do a parikrama with, to his body with the tail. She would run it around his tiny body as a baby. And then she would wash him with cow urine, and she would take the dust of the cow hooves, and then she would sprinkle it all over the body. Everything related to cows are so auspicious. They're so pure. And that's why Krishna would love cows. Krishna was always with cows. He's known as Govinda, Gopala, right? So she would do all this just to protect him from any such future inauspicious events. So after that, what would she do? She would go on chanting Lord Vishnu's names for protecting his body. He is the original Lord Vishnu himself. But she doesn't know. She thinks he's just her baby. And she's doing that too. She would chant Vishnu mantras to protect each part of his body. Such was the love of Mother Yashoda. She knew nothing other than her little child Krishna. She didn't care whether he was God or he was not God. For her, he was her sweet little child. And then soon, when Lord Krishna and Balaram, they grew up a little bigger, they started crawling on their knees. You know, they had all these bells and anklets tied to their waists and ankles, and they would make all this jingling sounds, and it would just fascinate them. And they would start moving around here and there all over, Gokula. And then when they would see some strangers, they would get suddenly frightened and they would hurry immediately to their mothers, Yashoda and Rohini. So this way, the dust of Gokula would be smeared all over their bodies. And then Mother Yashoda would take her child onto her lap, and then she would, feed him milk, and then she would see the tiny small teeth has started coming in Krishna's mouth, and that would make her so happy. Just like any mother, when she sees her child is growing, she would become so happy. And this naughty child Krishna, along with his elder brother Balaram, he would crawl around, and sometimes he would catch hold of a calf's tail, as you see in the picture. And what do you think would happen? The calf would become so scared, somebody is pulling his tail, and then it would go running here and there. And the baby Krishna would also it would be dragged by him, by the calf, all over. And then there would be, his body would be smeared with cow dung and clay all over. It was so funny. And Mother Yashoda and Rohini would call all the other gopis to come see the fun. This way, Lord Krishna, even as a baby, he would make all the residents of Gokula so happy. And they would all be laughing loudly with so much joy. Soon they started walking too. And, mothers know, the more the child moves around, first it is the crawling stage, and once they start walking, it's even more difficult to catch them. Oh, they'll run around now. So Mother Yashoda was always worried. Krishna was so restless. She would be worried, oh my God, what if he would get hurt by monkeys, cows, bulls? And she would always keep thinking, how do I protect him? But once they began to walk, Krishna Balaram had their friends now. So immediately as toddlers, they'll find kids of their age, they'll come join them. The other boys would come join them and they started playing now. We may think, oh, Krishna Balaram, they're playing just like any other kids, right? Oh, what is the difference between them and these kids? Oh no, but Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. Right, I see that many of you even know this shloka, right? It's very, very famous. Even though sometimes Krishna does activities like that of an ordinary child or an ordinary man, but he also does superhuman, godly, divine activities. But we should always know whether he is acting like an ordinary boy or like the supreme Lord. He's always God, and all his activities, they're always spiritual. When we understand this, it's a secret. Not many people know this. Many people, especially in India, so many people know about Krishna's Leela. They know that, oh, Krishna would steal the butter, he did that, this, in Vrindavan, Gokula. But they don't know the meaning behind all these Leelas. They don't know that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Once we understand these secrets, then we can actually go back to the spiritual world ourselves. Krishna is saying this. So when Mother Yashoda and Rohini, they were enjoying these childish activities, Krishna Balaram, now I told you, they started walking, they're having fun with their friends. Within no time, mothers started hearing a lot of complaints about their naughty children. So the gopis came to Mother Yashoda and they started telling her, why don't you restrict your naughty boy Krishna? You know what all he does? Every morning, evening, Krishna Balaram come to our house. They steal all the butter, yogurt, and everything. When it is time to milk our cows, they'll come and let loose the calves. If you have gone to a village, you'll know when it is time to milk a calf should always be tied up. Even before milking, they'll first make the calf drink its share. But if you just let the calf drink, it'll go on drinking on and on and on. So after some time, they'll tie the calf so that they can take the share for others, right? For people. But what would this Krishna do? Krishna along with Balarama, he would come and release the calf. So the calf will go drink all the cow's milk. And all the gopis were like, oh my God, we were just going to milk the cow and look what Krishna has done. Not just that, when they would come to scold him, he would wear such a sweet smile that they'll forget everything. And they'll be like, oh, who can scold this cute child, Krishna? Oh, we can't. We're going to go complain to his mother, Yashoda. And now they're telling Yashoda, Mata, oh, you know what? When we ask this Krishna, why are you stealing butter? Then he says, oh, you think we don't have enough butter? We don't have enough yogurt at home that we have to come and steal at your house? Krishna was the son of Nanda Maharaj. He's the king. He's the king of the whole Gokula, right? So he had 9 lakh cows. That means 900,000 cows they had. Krishna's father had. So imagine how much milk, how much yogurt, how much butter they'll have. In spite of that, Krishna, being the son of this king of these gopas, would go stealing, yogurt and butter in others' homes. What is this? The people are surprised. Not just that, Krishna would first take some yogurt or butter. He would want to test. Oh, let me see, first of all, whether this is tasty enough or not. So he would first take some butter, he would feed the monkeys. And he would go on feeding the monkeys. And when the monkey is too full, right, The monkey doesn't want to eat anymore. He's fed the monkey so much. And then when the monkey stops eating, Krishna will be like, oh, look at this butter and yogurt. Even the monkeys are not eating such useless butter and yogurt. And then he'll throw the pot of butter. And then he would scatter everywhere. And then he's like, why should I eat such a butter? All these leelas, now these gopis are complaining. And and they say, we know these two boys, they come and steal. So we try to hide the butter pots in so many places. We hide it up in the ceiling. We hide it in dark rooms, thinking they won't be able to see. Oh my God, but you don't know. They have all these wonderful jewels and ornaments on their body, which spread so much light everywhere that they can see everything nicely, clearly. So no matter what arrangement we do, even if it's high up on the ceiling, they'll make some arrangement, they'll arrange some wooden planks, they'll climb on top, and then they'll get the pot, they'll break it, they'll eat it anyway. Oh, you better take off their jewelry, Mother Yashoda. Otherwise, these naughty kids can't be stopped. After hearing all this, Mother Yashoda said, all right, I'm going to take off their jewels now. But the gopis, you think the gopis were angry with Krishna? They were all complaining so much about him. Were they angry with Krishna? No, some of you are saying no. If they're not angry with Krishna, if they did not, dislike Krishna doing all this, then why did they come and complain to Yashoda? If they wanted Krishna to do all this, then why did they complain to Mother Yashoda? Yes, someone is raising their hand, Harshita and Pradiksha. What is your answer? Who wants to say? Nitya Manjari. Okay, nobody is saying. So I'm going to say. The answer is, they were very, very happy when Krishna did all these leelas. Krishna did all these leelas not because he was hungry for butter. All these mothers, they also wanted to be with Krishna. They wanted to see Krishna's beautiful face. They wanted to see his smile. They wanted to spend time with him. And that's why Krishna would go to each and every one of their homes, because they wanted Krishna to eat their butter and yogurt. But then why did they come and complain to Mother Yashoda? Again, because they wanted to see Krishna. That way they could see his reaction. What would he do? They would come and complain to Mother Yashoda while Krishna would be there with her. So they would see, look at this boy. After doing all this, sometimes when we would hide the butter and yogurt so much, and if he's not able to find, you know what he would do? He would get angry, and then he would go pinch our little babies, and they'll start crying. So much mischief Krishna would do. But those mothers were still so happily smiling with him. And then they would say, look at him, look at his face. He's making such a face as though he doesn't know anything. He's so innocent. All right. So when Mother Yashoda said, all right, let me remove all the jewels then he won't be able to find your butter pot. Then the gopi said, no, Yashoda Mata, please don't do that. Those jewelries look so beautiful on him. What good will come out of this? No, don't do that. Oh, you're all not able to unmute. I'm sorry. Okay. We can do that. Anyway, we can have I'll ask a few questions maybe at the end too. If you have any answers, you can say it at the end, because we're already running out of time. Okay. So now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Amala Harina Mamiya Vilasa Vipina Purandara Navanita Navina Nagara Bora Bamsi Badana Suvasa. So Krishna has so many nice leelas. He's sometimes playing the flute, and he dresses up so well, and he's so beautiful in every which way. He has become the beloved of Gopi Jana, or people of Gokula. Now, Mother Yashoda, so the gopis are complaining to Mother Yashoda. Sometimes when he gets caught, we ask him, "You're a thief, huh? Why are you stealing all this?" And then he'll say, "I'm not a thief. You are a thief." And he'll even pass urine and stool out of anger, and he runs away. So Krishna is stealing. Krishna is lying. Krishna is doing all sorts of mischief. What is going on here? Krishna, is he a good boy or a bad boy? What should we say about this? We also sometimes do all this. Kids do this, right? For fun. Krishna would do also for fun. If Krishna didn't lie, if Krishna didn't steal, if Krishna didn't do any of the mischief, if Krishna wasn't naughty, then how can we be? Right? Everything comes from Krishna. And Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattas sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. So we have to understand like that. If Krishna wasn't naughty, then we wouldn't have known at all how to be naughty. If Krishna didn't like to have fun, then we wouldn't have known at all to have fun. We all like to have fun, right? Don't we? Everybody likes to have fun. Yes or no? Yes, right? And Krishna is the original person who likes to have fun. So everything comes from him. To have fun, to play with friends, to crack jokes, to play games. Everything comes from him. But the difference is, even if he steals, even if he lies, even if he does all sorts of mischief, makes a big mess of others' homes, but people don't get angry with him. If we do that, if you go to your friend's house and break all their pots and make a big mess and pass urine or pinch your friend's baby brother or something, will his mother be happy? Will your friend be happy? No. But Krishna, whatever he does, it's so sweet. That is why he's God. God is all good. All right. Now all this was happening. Mother Yashoda started thinking, oh my God. See, we have so many, 900,000 cows. And he's the son of Nanda Maharaj, the king of Gokula. We have so much yogurt, so much butter. Why does he go around stealing from other gopis' homes? That means the butter and yogurt in our house is probably not tasty enough, right? Naturally, that's how she's feeling. She's thinking, oh, maybe because it's not tasty, he's going to others' homes to steal butter and yogurt. So now she's getting worried. Oh my God, my child is learning such bad behavior, going and stealing in others' homes. What should I do? So she thought, Mother Yashoda, because she's also the queen. Sorry, just give me a minute. So Mother Yashoda is the queen of Gokula. So now she's thinking, oh, she had so many dasis, servant maids. They were doing all the churning. They were churning butter, they were churning yogurt. She kept telling them, do it nicely. But now she thought, I think we are not doing something right. I think our yogurt and butter is not tasty. That's why Krishna is going to others' homes. So she thought, okay, you know what? I think I have to do it myself. Let me make yogurt myself. Let me make butter myself and make sure it's perfect and make sure it's very tasty. So then that day she thought, every day in the morning, when Krishna, she would wake up first, much before Krishna would be up. And then when Krishna would wake up, she would take him in her arms and then she would feed him. And so Krishna was used to this. Every day, as soon as he wakes up, he would find himself with his mother. But today, Krishna woke up, he saw around, his mother isn't there. So Krishna was very surprised. Oh, where did mother go? Where has she left me and gone? And then he started searching for her. And then she had started churning butter. Oh, she was getting so tired because she had never done it before. She had so many dasis doing it, but now she's doing it herself. She's doing it and she's churning and churning. Krishna, what does he do now? He's like, oh, mother, instead of feeding me your milk, what are you doing? So he's thinking, why is she wasting time? You know, I lie in the milk ocean in Kshir Sagar. I've left a whole ocean of milk and I've come here and she's left me. So he'll go, he'll hold the churning rod very tight because Mother Yashoda, even as she's churning butter, she's not even aware what is going on outside. She's only thinking about Krishna's Leelas. She's singing. Whatever Leelas we get to hear about Krishna, all that she's singing, Mother Yashoda, and she's churning the butter. So immediately Krishna comes and holds the rod, churning rod, and then Mother Yashoda gets to know, oh, what is this? Who stopped me? Then Krishna immediately jumps onto her lap. And now Krishna is with her. And Krishna is like, no, now you feed me. So then she'll start feeding him her milk. All right, so this way, little Krishna is growing up. He's growing up now. When he's doing so many of his leelas, right? One of the superhuman leelas or his divine leelas is, I'm sure you would have all heard how Krishna showed the entire universe, entire creation within his tiny mouth. A small baby inside his mouth, he showed everything to Mother Yashoda. This he did twice. Once Mother Yashoda was feeding him her milk, and then she'll put her fingers into his mouth and she sees his mouth, and inside the mouth, what does she see? She was shocked. She saw the whole sky. She saw the stars, the sun, moon, fire, air, oceans, mountains, rivers, forests, all moving, non-moving beings, everything. And for 1 second, her heart began to pound so fast. And she's like, oh, how wonderful is this? What am I seeing? She couldn't believe what she's seeing. And then she just closed her eyes. She never thought, oh, Krishna is God. That's why I'm able to see this. No, she only thought Krishna is my dear child. But this was not just once. It happens again. Now, Krishna was playing with Balaram and his friends. He's a little older now. When they were all playing, so Balaram comes and complains along with his friends to Mother Yashoda that Krishna has eaten clay of all things. You know, Mother Yashoda would make such yummy, yummy sweets, all made of milk. And she would, such tasty butter, yogurt, so much prasadam all the time. So many varieties, such big feasts. But child Krishna is going and eating mud, clay. Oh, what is this? So Mother Yashoda, she caught hold of Krishna's hand And she asks him, my dear Krishna, have you eaten earth? Have you eaten clay? Even Balaram is saying you have eaten along with your friends. Krishna says, Naham bhakshitavan amba sarve mityabhisamshinaha yadi satyagirastarhi samaksham pasya me mukham. Krishna is saying, oh mother, all these boys, including Balarama, they're all speaking lies against me. When we were playing earlier, Balarama became angry with me. That's why he's complaining against me now. They've all, teamed up against me, so that you'll get angry with me and so that you'll chastise me. But this is not true. You can see into my mouth. You can look into my mouth and see whether I've eaten clay or not. Then mother said, all right, if you have really not eaten, then why don't you just open your mouth? I shall see. The Supreme Lord Krishna, he is known as Parama Satya. That means the supreme truth. He's the truth of all truths. But he's lying. What is this? We are taught not to lie, right? Is it good to lie? No, we should not lie. But Krishna is lying. In Bhagavatam also, there is a shloka, Vyasadeva, he prays, Satyam Param Dhimahi, you are Param Satya, O Krishna, let me do my pranams to you. Such Krishna, Supreme Lord, is lying. Like I said, whether he lies, whether he steals, whether he makes a mess or do any kind of mischief, he is always pure. He doesn't become, bad or anything. He's always good. He's known as Parabrahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Arjuna says, oh Krishna, you're the Supreme Lord, you're always pure. Nothing, even if he eats clay, even if he smears clay all over his body, he's always pure. He's always pure means he's always spiritual. His body can never become contaminated. It can never become, it can never it can never go bad, or it can never become stale or unclean. So when Mother Yashoda asks him to open his mouth, immediately Krishna opens his mouth, okay, like an ordinary boy. But again, what does she see? She sees the entire creation, mountains, islands, oceans, planets, air, fire, moon, stars, everything that is required now for this entire creation to go on. Mother Yashoda sees this and she gets shocked. She is awestruck now. And then she starts wondering, am I dreaming? Or am I really seeing this? What is happening? Now she thinks, oh, maybe this is Supreme Lord's Maya. Either that or I'm just dreaming. So then she thinks, this child has attained some powers, some mystic powers from the Supreme Lord. Maybe that's why I'm seeing all these visions inside him. Whatever it is, let me offer my pranams to the Supreme Lord Narayana. It's only because of his Maya I'm thinking Krishna is my child and Nanda Maharaj is my husband. This way she started thinking philosophically. Just when she was thinking like this, that immediately Lord Krishna's energy, that is Yogamaya. So Lord Krishna has so many energies. Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate. So whenever he wants his devotee to understand he's God, he will, his Yoga Shakti, his Maya Shakti will make them understand. Whenever he thinks, oh, now Mother Yashoda is probably, she's going to think that I'm God. No. I don't want her to think I'm God. I just want her to think I'm her son. That way, we can have more fun. If she thinks I'm God, you think she'll come and punish me? You think she'll come and embrace me? Because the minute we think if she thinks he's God, then what? When God comes in front of us, we'll offer pranams, right? So we become very conscious. Oh, it's the Supreme Lord. But Krishna wanted to enjoy as the son of Mother Yashoda. And Mother Yashoda also always wanted to see him as her beloved child. So immediately Krishna made her forget all this. And then Mother Yashoda immediately forgot everything. And then again she thought, oh, whatever it is, I love my child, my dear Krishna. And she again took him in his lap, thinking that he's her child. This way, beyond any knowledge of Krishna being God, Mother Yashoda just loved him so much. She was like the ocean of love. This is actually a special feature of all devotees in Vrindavan. There are devotees in Vaikuntha, there are devotees in Ayodhya, there are devotees in Mathura, Dwaraka, Vrindavan, right? Even in the spiritual world, there are all these different worlds. But devotees of Vrindavan are most special. You know why? Because they all love Krishna so much, they know nothing other than Krishna. Anything they do, everything they do is only to make Krishna happy. But none of them think Krishna is God. They only think either Krishna is our friend, or if it is elderly Gopas, Gopis, they think Krishna is our child. Or if it is Gopis and Radharani, they think Krishna is their lover, and so on. None of them think Krishna is God. And that's why their love for him is pure, most pure, and it is most selfless. And that's why Krishna also gets most happiness when he's in Vrindavan with his Vrindavan devotees. All right. Now, we know that Mother Yashoda doesn't think he's God or anything. She just thinks he's her child. So with that, she takes so much liberty, like any other mother. She sometimes even asks Krishna to bring wooden slippers. Nanda Maharaj, he brings wooden slippers of Nanda Maharaj, keeping it on his head. Mother Yashoda asks him to bring some wooden plank, bring this, bring that. And Krishna does everything, whatever they ask, just like a small child. Only because of their love for him. He completely becomes controlled by the pure love of his devotees. He'll do anything and everything. Just like the devotees, they want to do anything and everything to make Krishna happy. Krishna also wants to make anything and everything to make the devotees happy. So now, we all love stories, right? Guess what? Even that is coming from Krishna. Krishna also would love to hear stories, especially bedtime stories. How many of you all love to hear bedtime stories? If your mother or your father tells you, stories, yeah, everybody loves it. It's so nice, right? Krishna also would love to hear bedtime stories. And Mother Yashoda would tell him so many stories. Sometimes, Krishna would even sleep talk. Any of you do sleep talking? Kids do sometimes. When they're sleeping, they talk something, they blabber something, right? It's so much fun to hear that. Even Krishna would do that. But Krishna's sleep talking was a little different than our sleep talking. You know what he would talk in his sleep? Once, Mother Yashoda heard Krishna saying in his sleep, Shiva, welcome, sit down. Oh, Brahma, you please sit at my left. Oh, Kartikeya, all auspiciousness to you. Indra, all happiness to you. Kuvera, oh, come, I did not see you. And Mother Yashoda said, child, what nonsense are you saying? And Krishna would sometimes say, oh, Mother Earth, please be calm. Know that your burden will certainly be removed. I have practically killed so many demons, especially the demon Kamsa. Don't worry now. And all gopis and Mother Yashoda, they'll be like stunned. What is this child talking? So all these pastimes of Krishna's bedtime stories and his sleep talking, we can find it in Rupa Goswami's book called Padyavali. So Mother Yashoda once yeah. So once she says, she starts telling him the story of Lord Rama. She says, once there was a king by name Rama. Okay. Because Krishna complains, he was still not sleeping. So Mother Yashoda asks, why haven't you slept yet? Krishna says, oh, I'm not able to sleep. Sleep has not come yet. So Mother Yashoda says, all right, I'll tell you some stories. So once he said, okay, story of Lord Rama, and he says, his wife was Sita. Krishna says, yes. And then she says, on the order of his father, Rama lived in Panchavati forest. There, Ravana came and he took away Sita. Oh, now Krishna heard this. He had performed all these activities himself, right, in his Rama avatar, and then he suddenly got into Lord Rama's mood, and then he started saying, Lakshmana, where is my bow? Where is my bow? Where is my bow? So Jaydev Goswami sings about this. Vitarasi dikshurane dikpati kamaniyam dashamukha maulim balim ramaniyam keshavadhrita rama sharira jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare jaya jagadisha hare. Why is Krishna acting like this? She was only talking about Lord Rama. Well, Krishna is the source of all avatars, right? Etecham shakalah pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. All these avatars are actually Krishna playing different parts. Like, sometimes we want to play the role of a small boy. We may want to play the role of a king. We may want to play the role of fruit seller or something like that. So Krishna has all these different forms. Sometimes he becomes Lord Rama, he becomes Narasimha, but they're also there. They're all his eternal forms, not like us. We put on a makeup and then after the drama is over, that's all. We are not that character anymore. But Lord Rama, Narasimha, they're all there eternally. But it is Krishna himself playing those roles. And now another time, Mother Yashoda says, okay, I'll tell you another story now so that you can sleep. Krishna is like, okay, what is this story? I've never heard. Please tell. And Mother Yashoda says, she starts the story of Lord Narasimha. And when she comes to the point where she says, Lord Narasimha appeared from the pillar, Lord Narasimha was so eager to rip the demon to shreds. He was so angry. Then a smile suddenly arose in Krishna's lips because he knows everything. It's he who has done all this, and he's acting very cleverly. He's acting as though he doesn't know anything. So Krishna was trying hard not to laugh. So he simply smiled. All right. Now, another very interesting Leela with Mother Yashoda. Now, Krishna had grown a little bigger. From 0 to 5 years age is called Kaumara. It's called as Kumara. Kaumara. From 6 years onwards, it is called as Pauganda. Now, until 5 years, until this Pauganda, until he reached Pauganda or 6 years, Krishna, Balaram, with all their friends, they would take around these calves the small baby calves, they would take them for herding. They would take them to nearby places, not too far, so that they can eat nice fresh grass and all that. But now that they had attained the Spauganda age, they were 6 years old, and they were big enough. So Nanda Maharaj and all the Gopas, they decided, okay, now Krishna has grown big. Maybe we have to make him in charge of the cows. Remember, Nanda Maharaj had 900,000 cows, right? But these so many cows, if they had to eat fresh grass, they eat a lot of grass. So they had to take them to the forest, deep into the forests of Vrindavana. So now, until then, they were called as Vatsapa. Vatsa means calf. Pa means someone who takes care. Now, from that day, which was that day, that special day is called as Gopashtami. It comes in Damodar Mas, if you all know, right? Kartik Mas. That day, Gopashtami, is the day when Krishna, for the first time, he started taking cows to the forest along with Balaram and his friends. Because from that day onwards, he came to be known as Gopa, because he started taking care of go or cow. Gavam palakaha iti Gopa. So he started taking care of cows, so he became Gopa. But Mother Yashoda is mother after all. When she even heard of this, when she thought of her little child, with such soft, tiny lotus feet, he has to go into the forest. So many thorns and stones would, prick his delicate feet. There'll be so many wild animals. Just the mere thought, her heart sank. She couldn't take it. She kept thinking, oh, how do I protect my child now? So she went to Krishna and she said, oh, my dear Krishna, why don't you take this pair of shoes? So they got a nice special shoes made for Krishna Balaram. And she said, see, there are so many stones and thorns when you're walking in the forest. They'll hurt your soft feet. But guess what Krishna said? Krishna said, Mother Yashoda, that's very nice, but I can't take it. No. Look at all the cows. 900,000 cows. If they aren't wearing any shoes, why should I wear? Can you get shoes made for all 900,000 cows? 900,000 cows doesn't mean 900,000 shoes. Each cow has 4 feet, right? So each cow needs 4 shoes. So 900,000 into 4. So many shoes. Can you get them made? If they wear, then I'll wear. Oh, then Mother Yashoda gave up the idea of giving any shoes to Krishna. Then she said, okay, but at least you take umbrella with you. It will be so hot. Then Krishna said, get an umbrella to all 900,000 cows. But they can't hold an umbrella and walk, right? So you need one person for each cow holding an umbrella to walk along with them. So that means you need 900,000 people with 900,000 umbrellas for each cow. Can you provide that? Then I'll also take umbrella. Then Mother Yashoda, poor Mother Yashoda, she gave that up too. So when the cows got to hear about this, they became so much overwhelmed with love for Krishna that they understood, oh, Krishna loves us so much. He cares for us so much. And you know what they did? The night before, all these cows, they went into the forest of Vrindavana. With their own legs, they crushed all the stones so that wherever Krishna would walk, no stone would ever hurt his tiny lotus feet. And all these stones were crushed so nicely by these cows that they all turned into beautiful soft sand. And that's why even till date, devotees say that when we go to Rajmandal Parikrama, we can actually see that there is so much nice, soft, beautiful sand even till date. This was a gift by the cows of Vrindavan to their beloved Lord Krishna. And that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur again sings, Brajajana Palana Asurakula Nashana Nanda Godhana Rakhovala Govinda Madhava Navanita Tashkara Sundarananda Gopala. He's the caretaker of Nanda Maharaja's cows. He's Govinda, who gives pleasure to the cows. And he's Gopala, who takes care of cows. All right. So we're coming to our final pastime. It's a very, very special pastime because this was the Leela of Lord Krishna on his Janmashtami day. So we have to know what Krishna did on his own Janmashtami, on his own birthday, right? Most of you celebrate probably your birthday, right? Some maybe you cut your cake, you invite your friends, or you do some special things. But what did Krishna do on his birthday, right? Actually, it's very interesting. We should also learn this from our Vedic culture. What would people do on their birthdays previously? Let's see. So once this Leela happened just after, after Damodar Leela. I think you heard Damodar Leela last week, right? And Krishna, how he, makes the two Arjuna trees fall and all that. After all that happened, Krishna, along with Balaram and his friends, this was on the day of his on Janmashtami, on birthday. They went in the morning, early in the morning. They went on and on playing with his friends on the bank of river Yamuna. So much, they were like fully engrossed in playing. They completely forgot everything else. And Mother Rohini, Mother Yashoda, they kept waiting and they never came back. So Mother Rohini came now to get them back home. And so she tried her level best. She kept calling Krishna and Balaram. Oh, they wouldn't come. Do any of you have this experience? I was like that too. When we are playing so nicely with our friends, our parents come to call us. They will be like, okay, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes. We'll come. You go, we'll come. Same thing, Krishna. See, everything is coming from Krishna. That's why Krishna is God. He has everything in him that you can't find anywhere else. So Mother Rohini gave up. They wouldn't come. Then she went home. She sent Mother Yashoda to call them. Why? Because Mother Yashoda has much more love towards Krishna Balaram than she herself. So now Mother Yashoda came, and then she also started calling them. Even to her, of course, they were dodging. So Mother Yashoda said, oh, my dear children, you've been playing since morning. Now it's lunchtime. It's already past lunchtime. Oh, Krishna, please come. You've played enough. You must be so hungry, right? It's been so long. Aren't you both tired of playing? And she said, oh, my dear Rama, you're the glory of this family. You should at least come immediately. And then she said, Krishna, look at you. Your whole body is smeared with dust and sand all over. Look at all the boys of your age who are, there were many other boys who were born on the same day probably. So she was referring to them. See how nicely they've all dressed up on their birthdays. They're wearing such nice jewelry. Their mothers have, dressed them up so well. Pashya vayasyanste Matram rashnan svalankratan tvam chasnata kritaharo viharasva svalankritaha. So she's saying, look, look, the boys of your age, how nicely they've all got dressed up by their mothers. You also come home. You have bath, you eat nicely, and you dress up nicely, wear all nice jewelry, dress up nicely, and then you come back and play. It's okay. That's this how even our parents tell us, right? You do your stuff, come, do eat, get ready and go back and play. That's okay. Then even then they wouldn't agree. Even then they were not willing to come. Then finally, Mother Yashoda finally knew what was going to work. And she said, oh, you're not going to agree this way. Then she said, you know what? Because of you people, your father, Nanda Maharaj, has also been hungry and waiting for so long for you both to come. Even he has not had lunch because of you. Do you think you're a street boy, Krishna? You have no home? Why don't you come? Only when they heard that Nanda Maharaj has also been hungry, waiting for them, then they thought, okay, I think now we have to go. And then finally, when they started heading back, Krishna's friends, they wouldn't let him go so easily, right? Even our friends, they do this sometimes. Krishna's friends started threatening him. Krishna, you're leaving us and going just when we are playing so well? You can't leave us and go now. And they started threatening him. If you do this, if you leave us and go, we will not let you come join us to play again. Now Krishna, he's stuck. What should he do? Mother Yashoda is calling him in one hand and his friends are threatening him. Now Krishna thought, oh, I better listen to my friends. I better go back. If I go with Mother Yashoda, what if they don't allow me to play with them tomorrow? Oh, then I can't even play. And all the fun will be gone. So Krishna started going back again to friends. But anyway, Mother Yashoda got the better of them and took them. And finally, they went home and she gave them nice bath. She dressed them up with nice jewelry, nice fresh dress. And then, so what do they do on the day of Janmashtami? So it is not about celebrating for our own sake. It is always about serving others in Vedic culture and Krishna consciousness. First thing they did was they called all Brahmanas and they donated cows. They did Godana to Brahmanas. So to give Godana is the best kind of charity, right? So first of all, on our birthday, we have to also serve the Vaishnavas. So we should always remember we have to serve, not that we have to enjoy, not that I have to be the center of everybody's attention. No, we take this opportunity to serve. And so Krishna showed that. So they nicely, gave so many cows in charity to the Brahmanas. And then they sat with their father. They had very nice lunch feast. And they were all dressed nicely in ornaments and clothes. And this way, they performed their birth ceremony, his birth ceremony, or Shri Krishna Janmashtami. Shri Krishna Janmashtami ki jai.
Jai.
All right, so I'll end my talk here. Sorry for overshooting. We've started late. Anybody has any questions? Anybody has any comments? Please let me know.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Mataji. You almost took us to Vrindavan. Physically, we are sitting in Kuwait, but our mind already did parikrama of Vrindavan and again came back here. It was so nice. Actually, Krishna's pastime with the Mother Yashoda is so sweet and nectarian. Even if we hear 1,000 times also, we feel to hear more and more, and that much blissful we feel. And you are sharing also such an attractive pictures. So almost we were lost in that. So we want to hear non-stop. this
Jai.
pastimes of Krishna. You keep on going, we will be here only. At least we will be in Vrindavan. You
Jai.
almost covered all the Leela, Mataji, in such a short time. And especially you see, glorified this Yashamati Nandana, this bhajan, very nice. It's such a nice bhajan. I really like it. And the bedtime story was very nice. This is, I think, the first time I heard this. Mother Yashoda used to say, told the Ramayana Katha, he told, please call Lakshmana. You know,
Right.
very nice, Mataji. And yeah, you told about the Go Seva, no? Today morning only we did online Go Puja. This every
Jai.
they have Goshala, no? So
Right,
morning
right.
they did the Go Puja and they showed us all the Kuwait devotees online. So they
Oh,
told if
very
you
nice.
want, you can also bring one diya and do arti live from that. So we almost did today.
Very
So
nice.
it was very nice. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you
Children,
so much.
if you have any doubts, you can raise your hand. I will unmute you. I think children also went in Vrindavan. They are also still in the Vrindavan mood. They don't have any doubts. Almost they are already absorbed in the stories of pastime of Krishna. Nobody have any doubts, questions, comments?
Anything you want to share? Anything, any Leela you like the most? Or any Leela you want to share?